Talk about out of the fire and into the frying pan, my friends. Welcome back to the ZMAM show. Mike here, looking at episode 18 as we're heading into these last episodes of The Walking Dead. Guys, listen, okay, so spoilers, if you should have seen it by now. I mean, you have AMC Plus, everything's going on, so here's your chance. There's a big death, kind of a big death tonight or whatever, so here's your chance to go watch it. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. We all knew Sebastian was going to get it, okay? I mean, the dude deserved it. He was a little D-bag, you know. He had people put to death pretty much to get like his little flights of fancy with his drugs and his money and whatever else he needed on the side. The dude deserved it, right? But talk about just probably doing this the wrong way. Now, let's face it, too, that the Commonwealth needs a regime change, okay? The Pamela Milton and her predecessor and her son are all bad news, right? I guess so are most politicians, as we know. But, you know, I thought Sebastian did put it really, really well when he was being recorded by Max. Very stupidly he was, but he was very trusting to her. I guess he figured, you know, this is the aid to my mom. She would never, ever do this. I could see that happening. But, you know, just talking about how, you know, the people are normally stupid and they just kind of go with things. Yeah. Is that us? Is that us in real life? I mean, a lot of it, I think it is. Now, luckily, we have a lot of eyes on and other parties, and there's checks and balances. And let's just say I don't think there's as many checks and balances in this world of The Walking Dead, especially in the Commonwealth. But Max putting that tape on, I mean, I was just cringing to the side. I mean, just from the fact that she was going to actually do it. Because I was like, oh God, this is not going to go well for anybody. I mean, not to mention, Max will be stripped of her title position, maybe thrown in jail. I mean, Mercer may not be able to get her out of that, brother or not. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe she actually played it. And I'd want to know from you guys, since we're already talking here right now, would you have done it the way Max did it? That's my big question for tonight. Would you have played the video for all to hear at the Founders Day parade and whatever? I mean, no doubt. There's no way that Max or anybody would have known that Lance's little 2 henchmen were going to kill all those civic duty workers or whatever and unleash, you know, a good, 20 walkers into the populace as a distraction. Now, we didn't really get to see what the distraction was all about. I mean, are they trying to spring Lance out of there? I mean, they were staring up at him at the end from the street when it was all going down. So are they on the way to get him? I mean, was this just a little, like, I don't know, like, don't mess with me, Pamela, you know, I still have influence too. It's hard to say, but yeah, those walkers were getting down and after it. I mean, with so many people, I guess it was bound that some people were going to get killed. But I guess that's my point, though. Would you have released? I mean, there was going to be mayhem that was going to ensue no matter what, and it could have put lives at risk. I mean, what happens if the Commonwealth soldiers would have started shooting into the public? I mean, is that worth, you know, putting Sebastian on trial right there in front of everybody? Right? I mean, or is there another way to go about it? Listen, we could ponder on this for a whole lot. I'm going to stop there. I don't want to keep going on about it. But, man, I couldn't help myself. I was sitting there. I was just like, oh, this is so bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it this way. But it was interesting throughout the episode. We got to see a lot of the other parties getting ready to pretty much bounce out of the Commonwealth. So Daryl's ready to rock and roll. You know, along with several others. Jerry, Lydia already went left, and along with Aaron. They did like a little forward head party. They're going out to Oceanside to kind of let them know about what's going on. Daryl's trying to pack up the kids, but Judith's not having it. She kind of sees this place. She has new friends, and she has a little bit of a life, and that's got to be tough for a kid. She doesn't understand. I mean, true, she's grown up in the apocalypse, but she just didn't really get it, and I know that's why Daryl snapped at her, and Daryl is trying hard. He's not a father. I mean, he's not a true father figure to her. He's trying to be. And say, how do you deal with that? But I thought the way they kind of wrote their scenes was pretty good. And when he went back to her later and he was like, listen, I'll hold on to the gun. You don't have to take it. Maybe one day you will. Maybe one day you won't. But it'll be here. And, you know, but in either way, you can't get rid of me. I'm here to protect you. And I have to do what's right for you. I thought he put it that well. And she accepted it. And she needs to. She's a child still. I mean, growing up in the apocalypse or not, even if she's, 12 going on 18 or 19 or 20 for that matter, she's got to listen to Daryl. This is fact. So, but and you saw it in her eyes too when she saw that walker. Kind of like, you know, it was that moment where she kind of saw it and I was attacking the people and she realized what she had to do. So I think that was good because sometimes I think for children, like they have to realize it themselves. Like I have to do this. You know, sometimes you can't always just be told or forced to do it too. That's probably good advice for all of us, including myself. But either way, Mercer starts going over with his men trying to take out the zombies. Meanwhile, Pamela's like, why aren't you protecting me and stuff like that, what you would expect out of her. But the retribution, the wrath that's going to come from her. I mean, we already saw the scenes from the next episode, and she's basically saying she needs to put examples out there so people know that they can't just mess with her. See, this is where things get super dirty. It looks like our friends did not leave fast enough. And that whole New Deal, as they call this episode, that Carol tried to get their slates clean, is just going to fall flat on the face. I was kind of talking last episode, like, how Lance has to go or whatever, that or overthrow Pamela. It was one of the two. And so clearly we see the direction they're going to go. It's going to be some kind of overthrowing, I guess. I mean, between her henchmen maybe trying to kill her or something like that, or basically relinquish power to him, something's going to go down. It's going to get pretty wild. The question is, though, how is this going to play out? I mean, are people going to have a chance to leave and get to Alexandria? I mean, is it going to be a battle between the last couple of outposts, Alexandria and Oceanside, versus the Commonwealth? I mean, that's impossible. I'm sorry, I can't remember who made the comment. If you're watching tonight, you know who you are, but made a comment about they can't stand how, Commonwealth is a band of 50,000 strong, right? But at any time, it doesn't look any bigger than, let's just say, Woodbury with the governor, maybe a couple thousand at any point in time. And I can't help, I understand it's a filming constraint, right? How do you make that all happen without a ton of CGI and whatnot? But it does kind of hurt the storyline a little bit, because 50,000, other than seeing 400 or 500 at a time, that's a big difference. It'd be nice if they could just show it on a grander scale, or maybe just show scenes every so often where it just looks like the populace is maneuvering, and then maybe they just focus on certain areas. But I get it. It's a grand scale. How do you really do that? Other little things for tonight. I mean, like I said, we knew Sebastian was going to get it. I think Max chose poorly for her timing for releasing the video. Eugene trying to help her. Man, if I have predictions, I don't think Max is going to make it. Eugene, he might make it out all this somehow, but it might ruin him. We got a chance to see Negan and his wife, and then they were checking out the baby, and the wife is pretty much saying, we don't need this place either. And I think Negan's kind of going back and forth, because he knows they have medicine there, they have the medical equipment. Maybe they should stick around for a bit if possible. But, I think he knows in his heart that they have to bounce as well. So, anyways, I wouldn't say there's that much else that went on in this episode that was really like crazy calling out. It was just kind of like everybody coming to terms with either getting ready to leave or their reasons for staying. Ezekiel's going to stay. I thought that was an interesting call for him, because, he was mentioning how like he's found his place, he's found his people, I guess. But I'm like, Ezekiel, you've been with these guys forever. You're just going to just say, yeah, no, you guys go do your thing, and I have to help these people now. I mean, they're, our people need help too. So I thought that was a very interesting move for Ezekiel. I'd like to know what you think about that too. Do you think he should have stayed, or do you think he should go back with his friends? I think he should go back with his friends personally, but a man's got to find his way, has to find his path. So so there's that, and then Gabriel. They kind of showed him in the church giving his last sermon, which nobody was there. That was a bit odd, but he brought some ambrosia, so he can enjoy that on this trip if they get to make it out. I don't know, guys. Next episode's going to get pretty wild, I think. They showed the Commonwealth Police basically knocking on Rosita's door with guns up. I don't know. Could we see maybe one of our friends go in the next episode? It's possible. I'll tell you, it's overdue. It's way overdue. I feel like this show, Walking Dead in general, this universe, as we've been talking about over the past weeks, I was talking to you about how now that they've announced these shows, there's plot armor on these characters. Negan, Rick and Michonne, but they're not on the show currently. Maggie, Daryl. It's like, they're not up for death, which it would be a massive hit to the show, but it's at the end, right? Someone's going to go. We're pretty sure Carol's not going to make it out of this one way or another. I think her time is up. I think she should go out very valiantly and like a badass like she is. But yeah, guys, it's time to see some deaths going on in the show. I don't want them to finish this out with just like, oh, we only actually lost one more, and hey, look, we got the bad people out of the Commonwealth, and all's right in the world. I've never felt that zombie movies or shows should end with a happy ending. I've never felt it. It's never felt right. It's too bleak of a world for everything just to work out perfectly. So fingers crossed, let's hope that the showrunners don't jack this up. I say that knowing in my full heart that they're going to do it. They're going to jack this up 3 ways from Sunday. So hopefully you can soothe me in the comments here. Let me know what you thought about the episode, my little small rant here as well. I think I give the overall episode maybe about a 7. Like I said, these episodes are just, they're decent. They're just kind of progressing the story. I'm still waiting for that real OS moment. I think this was pretty good tonight. You know, I mean, all the mayhem and things that were ensuing within the colony, but I just feel like there's still something more that has to happen. Hopefully that storyline that's gonna hit us hard soon. So thanks for watching. Make sure to check out, I have everything you thought you knew about the Terminator 1984. So if you like trivia, if you like facts, go ahead and check out my channel for some of those videos. And Terminator 1984, that will be releasing in just a few days. So make sure to check that out. Other than that, guys, I will catch you at the next review. See ya.